All right, so the water's cooled down a little bit. It needs to be warmer than your body. Your body's 98 degrees, so it needs to be warmer in your body. So I'm gonna add about 2, that's a cup and a half water, and I'm gonna add 2 1/4 teaspoons of, and that's my little quarter, of yeast. And I'm gonna stir all that up. Good products. That's King Arthur's bread flour. I don't know if you've ever tried this drizzle olive oil. It's unbelievable, and I'll make sure I put the link in here so you can find it. Got my flour measured out. That is 3 1/2 cups of flour. I'll probably put 3 in there, and then we'll go. I'm gonna add some mad seasoning because I don't have any salt out here. Can't believe that. So here goes. I'm gonna put, that's 2 cups of flour, and that's 3. I'm not gonna put it all in there. I'll put about that much. So that's 3. I'm leaving my half there, and I've got my yeast here that's already. Pour this in here. And I like to use a whisk. And I'll put all that in there, and I'm going to stir this up and make sure I get all that good yeast out of there. Stir all this up. Comes a loose, shaggy dough. Okay, maybe using a whisk wasn't the best idea. I don't know if I've ever done that before. I don't know why I used a whisk there. Anyways, I'm going to get it all off this whisk, and I'm going to use the trusted beaver spoon instead. And we'll get on to making potato soup, which should be fun too. It's going to become the bowl for the potato soup, which should be pretty cool. Got a lot going on. Hopefully it all turns out. If not, you're going to see it. And if I don't post the finished product, that's why, all right? Because it didn't turn out. And I used mad seasoning in place of my salt because mad seasoning is a seasoning salt. So it's going to get a little bit of that garlic flavor too, which I'm interested in seeing how that does with bread dough. And remember, go just like that, it starts to become a shaggy dough. Pretty cool. Now it's still cold out here, so I'm gonna get this inside by the fire to let it rise. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put a little bit of this drizzle me olive oil in the bottom of this cast iron skillet wok. And then I'm gonna take this loaf here. See that? It smells divine. Make sure he's good and coated in that olive oil so he doesn't dry out. I'm gonna put a lid on this, and then I'm gonna go stick it by the fire. And I figure 2 hours or so she'll be ready to bake. And in the meantime, I'll start making that potato soup. I'm gonna let that dough sit there right in front of that stove and rise. I have to keep an eye on this bread because I don't want it to get too hot in here. Sitting by that hot fire. Looks pretty good. So now I need to keep an eye on this bread dough in here. Don't want it to get too hot. So let's look at it. It should be about doubled. It's getting close, y'all. Check that out. Looks pretty good. Look, I got a leaf in there too. You better leave me alone. All right, let's let it go a little more. I'm gonna turn it though. I think it's really cool to use that wood stove for different things. You know, the radiant heat from it has helped this. So here we go. I'm gonna get this dough out of here, put them on a board. I was really pleased with how that worked out. I'm gonna add a little bit of flour. Oop, I need to get some more flour out. All right, so here we go. Get this dough into that cast iron. See that cast iron hanging over there? It's hanging above that fire. All right, so we got a dough ball there. I'm gonna oil down that cast iron, stick it in there, and we'll get our loaf ready for the soup. I feel some weather coming in. I hope I don't get rained on. All this work, and then that happens. So my cast iron's already a little bit warm. I'm gonna use some more of this Drizzle Me olive oil. Make sure y'all give them a follow on Instagram. Drizzle Me, it's amazing olive oil. All right, put that in there. This cast iron feels really good. It's warm. So I'm gonna get a little bit of oil on top, turn them over, put them right in there. And I'm gonna take a knife and score the top of it a little bit, like a lame. Use a lame or a razor blade, but this is a pretty sharp knife. So I'm just gonna go like that and go like that. And that's it. We'll see what happens. All right, now this is pretty important, guys. You don't want to put all this work into this bread and it not turn out. So I've got a bed of coals, and it's pretty even there. So I'm gonna set him right in that bed of coals like that. And then I'm gonna put a pan on top of it and then put coals on top. I'll show you how. Here's what I've got. I've got my soup up here, just staying warm because it's ready. My bread's in here, my dough is, and now I'm gonna put some coals on top of it, like this. And I'm gonna let it sit in there for, I'll probably wait 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna give it a look. See how it goes, y'all. All right, it's been 25 minutes, so let's see what we have going on here. I think it's probably gonna have to go like 40 minutes, but maybe we can just take a peek and see. Holy mackerel, guys, starting to turn into a loaf of bread. It's got a ways to go still, but I don't know if y'all can see that crust and all that. All right, let's let it keep cooking. Ha! So that's gonna hopefully brown the top of that a little bit. I don't think the top was browning enough, so I went into the fireplace, into the cabin, and got some coals, and I'm gonna put these jokers, scoot those to the side, and I'm gonna put these right on top of that. I know these are hot, y'all. So now it's been 25, 15, 40 minutes. Let's see what it looks like. So close. I'm gonna let it go a couple more minutes. I don't know if y'all can y'all see that? Wow. Here we go. Look at that loaf of bread. Oh, yes, sir. We're done, y'all. Perfect. And the finishing touch. Cook like a rock star. Pretty happy with that. Man, I wish y'all could smell that. It's gorgeous and hot. There we go. Time to fill up the bread bowl. Big hunks of potatoes. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. All right. And look at that, y'all. Let's see if we can get some sun on it somewhere. Right to here, maybe. Look at that. Just gorgeous.